When did you decide to live in a campervan?
We moved into a campervan about a year ago when my partner Nick got a job as an auditor. It meant he was away from home for 3 or 4 days each week in different parts of the country. I hardly saw him. That was when we had the idea to move into a campervan. That way, I could go with him.
Where do you travel?
On a normal week, we travel to wherever Nick has to work, usually a town or city somewhere. We park up in a campsite, or, failing that, a quiet lane where locals won't mind a van being parked for a few days. We aren't really city people, so at the weekends we head somewhere else in that general region to do some hiking or bike riding and explore a bit.
Do you have a job?
Moving into the campervan meant I had to leave my own job, but that didn't matter. I had a rather dull office job at the time. I had this idea I would paint landscapes and sell my artwork as we travelled around. I wouldn't need to earn much because our costs would be much lower. But I soon got bored and frustrated when my pictures didn't sell and the van got cluttered with kit. I missed doing something useful. So I'm doing an online accountancy course. Once I'm qualified, I'll be able to work online from here in the van. I write a blog too. Initially, I thought I'd write all these exciting posts about how great it was to be free and maybe get some money from advertising. But that got harder too, because, frankly, moving from place to place where you don't know anyone is tough, especially when it's wet and cold and you're stuck in a van with the same person. Finally, I stopped pretending life was great and wrote the truth and used it as a way to get things off my chest. I doubt if anyone reads it, to be honest. I haven't told my friends about it.
What is hard about living in a van?
You see, there are lots of things to think about when you're in a van. Where will you get things delivered? How much stuff can you buy? Where will you do your laundry? These things used to be real issues for us, and it still saddens me that I don't have my piano, sewing machine, or all that cooking equipment that I used to have in my flat. And I can't just buy any ornament that takes my eye. Thankfully, we've figured out ways to get chores done with minimal hassle now, and with the help of generous friends and campsite owners, we get hot baths often enough. It takes time, though. Going to laundrettes instead of just throwing things in the washing machine. Going to supermarkets more often because you can only store so much in your tiny fridge. If you think life on the road will free up your time, think again. But it is nice waking up to the sound of birds and having your day-to-day life affected so closely by the weather and seasons. You don't get that in the flat. If only we could travel to the places we wanted to, like Scotland or the Irish coast, and really see the country. That would be fantastic.